welcome back. First of all, before I even introduce ourselves, we need to talk to the people and thank them. The TikTok is absolutely blowing up.
Hell yeah.
So first of all, I'm going to say thank you to you because you're the one that's posting everything on TikTok.
Hey, we just started it, but hopefully gonna get it rolling.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely cooking for us. So
yeah.
Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. All Out. This is probably one of the weirdest shows I've ever seen. So
the commentary that I've seen other places, like people talking about this, I have to say that's kind of been the prevailing opinion, is that it was just fucking weird.
It's the most schizophrenic show I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it basically was like, it was basically like watching like Saw or something like that. Like it was like horror porn, the whole show.
I've thought about it today to how to even put it in words, and I think they're doing stuff just for shock value now to get people talking.
I mean, that seems to be the only approach that they have at this point, right? Like they're not gonna win on storytelling. They're not gonna win on their stars. So you may as well win.
Their of stars, yeah.
Yeah, but you can win by salaciousness, right? Like, and I don't think they're gonna win. But from what you were saying, their ratings are up.
No.
Oh, they're down. I thought they're down. I thought they were up.
So when Punk got there, they were about 1 million per show. And now the last couple of weeks, they're even under 700K.
But I thought after Punk left, they dropped. Like
they dropped to about 800.
Okay.
And they just keep turning away.
Okay.
Well,
their shit's not for TV because the stadium seemed pretty loud, like from the clips that I've seen. Like,
yeah, I don't even know. Like, they're drawing weekly. They're still doing big buildings, and they're like 1/10 of the crowds in these buildings. So,
okay.
I think the weekend shows, like the late Friday and Saturday shows, are like 200K. I don't think they're doing very good at all.
Wow, fuck, man.
So, if you tuned in, they did not have a 2-hour pre-show this time. I think it was an hour and a half. They did a little bit of hype, and then they did 4 matches. But here's the problem. They did a tag team match. They did a trios match. They did a trios match, and they did a three-way trios match. How is that selling anything for like, oh, I need to see this?
Who's important in any of that? Like, who?
Nobody.
That's why it's not even. We're not doing the full match rundown, because when you're talking about, like, it's just, you can't do it, and that just summed up why. Like,
it's just, we're gonna get people on the card.
Yeah.
So I do need to talk about this first match. So the Acclaimed, they were tag team champions. They're pretty over. They wrestled these guys. They were Bear Country. Now they're the Iron Savages. And they had some guy out there. His name is Jack Jameson. But their gimmick is like porn. They're like, ah! I don't know what the fuck's going on. But they were in 8 minutes and 10 seconds. Obviously, the Acclaimed won. There had to be 7 botches, like bad. Like, if you were in a training school, it might be acceptable, but this is like pay-per-view pre-show. Like, this is not good. They're talking about eating ass and all this stuff, and they can't fucking lock up. So they probably should never be seen again.
Oh my God.
Then this Jack Jameson guy, he got his shit pushed in by Billy Gunn at the end. But like, they're gonna kill somebody if they keep putting them in the ring, because it was bad.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So then it was a trios match. Hologram, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes. What a pairing there. They beat Tony Nese, Josh Woods, and I had the volume turned down. I thought it was Ricochet, but it was Arya Davari. That's how bad I thought that they were handling Ricochet. But Hologram, I guess, is a Tony Khan concoction. It's a little flippy guy in a mask, like really little.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there was really nothing here. Just a basic TV match. Then the Bang Bang Gang of Billy Gunn's kids and Juice Robinson beat the Dark Order. Basic match. Evil Uno really sucks. Of the Dark Order, the masked fat guy. He's really bad. Juice Robinson, you may remember him, CJ Parker in NXT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He debuted against, Kevin Owens debuted against him on one of the shows. He was a big signing, but pay-per-view pre-show in a trios match.
Are we still on the fucking pre-show, dude?
Oh, yeah. Well, now we have to talk about the three-way trios match.
Why? Why do we have to talk about
No, we really don't.
I want to know about Swerve. I want to talk about Swerve.
No. We'll get there. The Undisputed Kingdom of the hottest angle of last year won the three-way match. The Beast Mortos, I'm guessing he's not an AEW guy, probably like from Mexico. He was the best guy in the match, and they feature somebody from another company the best way. But he's got like a really weird mask. You got to check him out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So the show opened with MJF versus Daniel Garcia. It was kind of a feud because MJF was cost the title in the last pay-per-view 2 weeks ago by Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia did the job, and then MJF reached out for his hand. They kind of shook hands, but MJF went for a kick in the balls. Danny Garcia blocked it, kicked him in the balls, and then hit a second rope pile driver on MJF for an injury angle. So I'm guessing MJF is going to be off for a while. But this was a really good match. Really good opener. I probably gave it like 3 stars something. 3,
I don't remember. I know they're up on TikTok though.
Yeah, people are watching them too.
Yeah, I know these matches are up there. I think the late ones didn't go up.
Yeah, they're up on the YouTube channel as well.
Oh yeah, they're up on the YouTube Shorts. Yeah.
But really good match. But I guess MJF is going to be out for a while, and he's probably a top 5 star in that company. So I would expect the ratings to go down a little bit more. Then the next match.
He'll be on my draft board. I'm just saying. I'm not really sure what my priority on him is going to be, but he'll be on my draft board.
If you don't know, we are going to do a draft, and then we're going to run our own promotions, kind of like booking what we would do with these people. Anybody that's current, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Anybody out there working? Anybody out there working? And
we're going to figure out how long the draft is going to be and all that, and then that's going to be a little formatting segment that we do from time to time. But second match of the show, aka the potty break, the Blackpool Combat Club of Claudio and Wheeler Yuta challenge for the AEW Tag Team titles. Guess who those are held by?
I don't know, but I bet they're young and they're... Wait, no, I mean, I bet they're old and
they think they're young?
Yeah, they don't move very well.
Yeah, one of them got hurt on Friday, I guess, and so they'll probably be out for a while, but nobody will miss them. But of course, they won. It was your typical match that they've had since 2015.
Isn't that kind of sad?
It is.
Like that. That's the. I think that's the part that bugs me the most, is that it's not like it's unfounded. They literally just haven't done anything different for 5-6 years.
Yeah,
like they're the same. Longer. Yeah, they do the same thing, and it stopped working a long fucking time ago. Mm-hmm. And yet it's like they act like they're John Cena and they have a gimmick that they just can't let go because it means too much to too many people. And yeah, I like JR said, you buy them for what they're worth and sell them for what they think they're worth, and that's what it is. And they just keep getting worth less and less too.
Yeah, but they just got re-signed, so kudos to them.
What does that mean? That means they got their buddy who has money, who is letting them do whatever the fuck they want with his money. You know, good for them. It's not like they actually like earned it from somebody who's scrutinizing them. Like, it means nothing. It means nothing.
Just like when the ratings are on and people turn the channel,
yeah,
that number means nothing apparently.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, I want to harp on this for just a minute. Let's just say AEW is being run by somebody competent at this moment, and they've looked at them and said, you know what, like, we have to transition away from you, and you guys are gone. Like, we're just done with you, right? Like, we don't want to put up with your bullshit. You've been running the show on the ground. Like, if someone came in and checked, like, did an audit of AEW and saw something they could make successful, but it wasn't, you know, or at least better than it is now, they could make it go up instead of coming down. I would think that's one of the first things they're going to do is change the direction of the Bucks. And then the Bucks are going to throw a fit, then they're going to fucking part ways, right?
Where are they going to go?
Yeah, that's dude, if they didn't get re-signed by their buddy who's letting them do whatever the fuck they want, they from a real company, they get fucking let go at this point because people turn the channel every time they're on television. And then what? Like, they're in high school gyms at this point. Like, and that's not to be shitty.
They're not going to New Japan. They burnt that bridge. They hate.
Yeah. They've done.
They aren't going to WWE because they no way.
They have nothing to offer WWE at all. They don't even have like a crossover gimmick where it would mean something, because it wouldn't mean anything. Not to mention they do nothing but talk shit about the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like half their gimmick. So fuck them. Like, they're nowhere. They're
either going to Mexico or they're going to TNA. And TNA, they hate them because they were fucking dicks when they were there. So
I mean, I don't think they make them money. Like, if you're TNA, I mean, where do they make you money? And how much are they saying they want to get paid, for fuck's sake? Could you imagine it? Like, no, I like, whatever. Like, it just pisses me off because every time there's something viable, every time there's a legitimate, like, this can be a little bit different. It can be different enough that it's worth watching both, or, you know, picking a side, but, you know, being flimsy on your side because they'll change, like, they'll adjust, they'll move back and forth. Dude, this is unwatchable. Like, for like, I mean, I like professional wrestling. I love professional wrestling. I like to talk about professional wrestling for fun. That's what this is. That shit to me is unwatchable. I know you're doing it, and I know a lot of people are doing it, but I think it's unwatchable. There was a lot of shit in about 5 years ago in the WWE that I thought was pretty goddamn unwatchable, and I started turning it off. So, like, I've done that before. I've done that 2 or 3 different times over the last 30 years where I've stepped away because I feel like the product isn't what I enjoy, and I wait for it to come back around, and it does, and it's come back around right now. But, like, TNA was never unwatchable. I always watched TNA. I watched ROH. I thought ROH was great. Watched New Japan. Loved it. Can't watch this shit. Tried, can't, won't. Just, like, you keep giving me Jericho and the Young Bucks and a bunch of shit that means nothing. I have no emotional investment. Your matches are fucking crazy. And that's okay.
Oh, we'll get there. We will get there.
Okay. I like crazy, by the way. I don't dislike, but, like, you know, WCW, Jesus Christ.
It's a parallel path because these guys have control and they're using it. Jericho does the same. It's a similar path.
But they're not ECW. You understand? Like, they're not ECW. And they're trying, it looks like they want to be ECW, and they're not. They're not. They're not.
Oh, well, we're going to get there. It really wants to be ECW.
I know.
And we're going to get there quite soon.
I'm sorry. I went off on a total fucking rip on that. I apologize. I
think it's justified, to be honest. The next match is Will Ospreay versus Pac. You know it's going to be good. The only thing that it is not good about it is they both probably shortened their careers by about 4 years during this match because they do absolutely fucking dumb shit. And we're not even to that dumb shit point. But Meltzer's probably going to go 5.5, 6 stars for this. It was good.
Yeah. But no, you had a great reaction to it. Like,
the repercussions from what they do is going to hurt them long term.
That's their choice.
It is, and that's how they want to stand out. But
yeah,
Will Ospreay is such a fucking talent, and
I know.
he's gonna be out in a stretcher here shortly. The next match, a Chicago street fight.
Oh, yay.
There were thumbtacks. There were tables gone through. There was juice. There was chains. And it was a girls' match.
Yeah, there was a pussy that was fucking stabbed.
These two young ladies, they're both from the New York area, so they probably worked together numerous amounts of times. They probably trust each other way too much. If it was two guys, it's fine. I don't like that women's wrestling is going this route, but it's different.
It doesn't bother me one bit. I don't. That part doesn't bother me one bit. It's just, what's the justification?
Well, here's my point. If the girls are doing it and they're getting up from it, then when the men go to do it, you see right through it. It's bullshit. So
when you do it in half of your fucking matches, like, I mean,
So
I remember when getting hit with a fucking halogen, turned to puffy smoke light bulb was enough to end a fucking match.
Oh yeah, that was like 4 minutes into this match, and it was like a bundle of 6, and then 5 seconds later they're up and walking.
Oh, my pussy.
Yeah, so you've probably seen it already. If you take the time to watch our show, you've seen it on Twitter. She went for like a famouser type move and did a split right into the thumbtacks. She yelled, "My God!" I thought she yelled, "My pussy," which would have been probably better, but whatever. Chris beat Willow at the end of the day. Go ahead.
Just right into a split, dude. She hit that thing with so much confidence and just
maybe it's a kink. I don't know.
Oh my God, dude. Like, what are we doing?
Right. Shock value. That's the name of this show. Shock value.
Like, what are we doing?
So next. Oh, that lasted 15 minutes of them just using everything, by the way.
And you're right, by the way. It does get, the shock value. It becomes clip worthy. And I mean, so
trending. They want to be trending, I think.
See, that's maybe that's why it's so unwatchable. Maybe I'm turning into a boomer and I want to watch actual stories, not just fucking 30-second fucking spot monkey clip reels.
So I think that is the difference between the two right now. Here you're getting 12 matches in 5.5 hours. The other one you're getting 4 or 5 matches in 3 hours. It's clean. You have a story that you're like invested in and you want to tune in Monday to see it. I've watched almost 11 hours of this, and I'm probably good for about 3 months. And I enjoyed it.
At this point, I'm convinced you have PTSD, dude.
I might, but I've enjoyed both shows, and then I'm just like, why the fuck am I putting myself through this at the end of it? And what am I going to tune in Wednesday? No, I'm not.
There's parts of each show that you've enjoyed because there are people that perform within, like, once they get into the ring, they're on and they're good. But even like when you have 12 matches and in some of the matches you have 20 fucking people in it, you're not getting any of that. None of that hits. It's just, I got to watch a 10-minute match of my guy doing some cool wrestling shit. I wish he was doing that where it mattered and it told the story and he got to be spotlighted and turned into a star. But even those moments are few and far between on a fucking 12-match show. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's the difference, because in a 3.5 hour show that only has 5 matches, all 5 matches are stars. Like, all of them are people that everybody there wants to see. Everybody watching wants to see every single one of those matches. Like, at least where they are right now. I understand that's not always the way it's been, but where they are right now, those are or you have a 12-match, 5-hour fucking show with 12 minutes of wrestling that you're like, yeah, that was good. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of it, you're like, oh my God.
With this show, you probably had 40 people on it, and you might have had 3 stars, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's, and they're trying to be ECW on this show, at least with the violence, but there was a lot more to ECW. You had the storytelling. You would have New Jack come out and destroy people with a garbage can of weapons. But then after that, you would have RVD. You would have the Malenkos and the Guerreros. Like, it's a different product, but...
Dude, the Malenkos.
Yeah. Jerry Lynn, like, there were guys that could go.
Dude, ECW was great. Like...
It was.
It's all about the reputation that it put forth in the hardcore shit that came after it, but ECW was... Rob Van Dam is a fucking legend. Yeah. Fucking big ups to RVD.
Sabu was a sideshow that was good. Taz had his moments. Shane Douglas was fucking perfect for it.
Dude, I love Taz. I gotta be honest, I loved Taz. And I loved Taz as an announcer. I am a Taz fan. I wish he was still part of the WWE family. I really do. I love Taz.
He was on commentary last night.
I love Taz.
But the fucking guy with the sock on his head is the lead commentator, and that's another disgrace. That's another thing with the Bucks. How much other fucking money have they cost Tony with getting all their friends in there? But anyways, speaking of friends, Kazuchika Okada defending the AEW Continental Championship in a 4-way against Takeshita, Orange Cassidy, and Mark Briscoe. So you see Okada and you're like, oh man, 5 years ago, what a guy. He's not that guy anymore. Mark Briscoe, you're like, fuck, they could have pushed him to the main event when Jay passed away. They could have strapped a rocket on him. He's got all the talent in the world. He's a character. He's got the ROH championship now, but that doesn't help you. Orange Cassidy still putting his fucking hands in his pockets and still doing
He's still doing that shit?
Yeah, they did it. They did it last night.
Oh my God.
So that's where they lose credibility. Like, you're like, well, this was good, and then you have that. So they take 2 steps forward and 4 back.
And Orange Cassidy, to me, is one of those characters that just kind of shows that they don't even know what they're doing with what they have, because, like, people got behind him in such an ironic way, and then like they dig the gig, but you can't put it in a seriously booked situation.
It's indie. It's not national TV.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny when like done correctly. So was Joey. What's his
Joey
name?
Ryan.
Yeah, Joey Ryan. Like that's indie shit that is funny. You're not putting that on Monday Night Raw.
No.
And Orange, it's a championship match with and again, Okada shitting on his own name makes me sad.
Okada, 5 years ago, the number one wrestler in the world. And
easily.
now he's a fucking joke.
Yep. And that's like recognized by all fan bases too. I mean, there are probably plenty of WWE marks who don't even know who he is, but I mean, like anyone who is educated in the sport, whatever, outside of just WWE mark is like pretty much 5 years ago it was him and Kenny Omega were at the top of the fucking mountain. Mm-hmm. And Cody was soaring, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, they're both. I mean, I think we talked about it last week. I think Kenny is kind of considering just not coming back to work at all. And
how much of that do you think is health, and how much do you think is?
I don't know, because I never really understood their personal relationship very much. I don't know that part. I know that when he was on top, I always felt like they were. I think this is when I really started to hate them. Was they felt like coattail riders. Like it didn't really seem like he needed them or wanted anything to do with them, but they had to be there, and that shit kind of drove me nuts. But I think it might be part of the fact that the ship is sinking and he has an out. Why not take it? It might be health 100%. But if I'm him and I'm sitting back and I know that I can't go like what I want to, and I'm looking at Okada and I'm like, holy fuck. And I'm looking at Jericho and I'm like, holy fuck. And then it's like, so I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be one of them. Like, I'm going to look like that. I'm going to go look like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. And maybe he doesn't want to do that. I don't know. I don't know him.
The sad thing is they need him desperately.
They can't use him. What are they going to do with him?
Well, that's the other thing. He might be in a pre-show in the next pay-per-view.
He'll end up the next victim of Hangman, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Speaking of victims,
Uh-huh.
The next match, we were all victims. Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida. Camille was banned from ringside. 16 and a half minutes of this. 16 and a half minutes. Cut this out, cut the Bucks out. You got a hell of a show. God damn it.
Dude, your instant reaction to this made me fucking smile. I was like, I didn't think you would go, like, ever go all in on her. It kind of cracks me up, man, and we've talked about it, all four of them, like Becky, who knows what's left in the tank. I think Bayley is going to reimagine herself a little bit, but
Charlotte's coming back soon.
Yeah, but like we talked about, and I think we need to keep repeating it because I think it's true, and I think it's something we should keep looking out for is it's moved, like I know wrestling is always changing, but sometimes it takes longer than others. And in some periods it's almost like when you're in traffic, and you shrink and then you get further away and then you shrink and then you get further away. Like that's how I think about the change when it comes to WWE. It's like you can go long stretches where things generally just stay kind of in the same state. And then all of a sudden in a short amount of time, you get a lot of change. And then they transition very quickly and then they stick with the model for a certain amount of time. That's why we have eras. I mean, we're in a different era than we were when Charlotte left, in my opinion. Like, completely.
Yeah.
And I know that the in-ring work is the in-ring work, but like, she's gonna have to adjust, and she's been out for a long time, and they've all shown that they've gotten older, and like, it's weird. It's fucking weird. Like, a whole generation that started that movement, like, and I mean started, like, they're gonna give all the fucking love to divas of old, and I don't disagree with that. But in my opinion, women's wrestling changed with the 4 horsewomen of NXT. Like, they changed it completely. They changed how fans reacted to it. They changed what fans wanted to see. It wasn't forced. Like, it didn't feel forced to me as a fan, because they were really good performers. All 4 of them were great performers. It is sad that Mercedes, like, took the low road. Like, she's going to be the cautionary tale.
What was it? Was it WrestleMania? Rhea and Becky?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked, like, Becky had like 103 temperature.
Mm-hmm.
She worked circles around Mercedes last night in that state. It was bad. Like, and Sheeta's not horrible. Like, something is off. There's
okay.
The Britt Baker match was awful. And then they just keep featuring her, and
well, they have to.
There's a lot of money, but the promo is awful. The work is bad. The attitude is probably big. I mean, I'm sure she's nice. She doesn't seem to treat the fans that way. I've seen her at signings just bitching at people. The Mandalorian, was that what she was on? Mandalorian?
Was she?
I think. Whatever she was on, I think, like, kind of
Gina
inflated.
Carano was on it.
Yeah, she's probably really a nice girl too.
Gina Carano?
I miss Gina.
Dude, I fucking love Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Like,
Strikeforce, man.
Dude, yeah, fuck yeah, Strikeforce. Oh my god, Gina, dude, there is no Ronda Rousey without Gina Carano.
Correct.
Like, dude,
so
guys, like,
I got a comparison for you.
Okay.
So since we're talking about Strikeforce, you remember the guy they pushed to the main event, the black dude with the mohawk, Brett? You know who I'm talking about, right?
Was he the one that did all the flips and stuff?
No. Like, they built him up like he was going to be great.
Okay.
And then I think he main evented against, like, Fedor or somebody.
Okay.
And never heard from him again.
Yeah.
That is the parallel of the Mercedes Moné character in AEW. Like, I got to look up this guy's name now. It's going to bother me. It was like, remember, like, Strikeforce? They were cooking, and they had, it might have been the same show. They had Carano and Cyborg on. And then this dude was their...
Dude, do you remember how much shit Gina got for saying that Cyborg was, like, on testosterone and shit?
Yeah.
And, like, and now, like, you look at the state of sports and stuff, and then you look at people like Gina Carano, who are in open lawsuits against companies, you know, defaming her and firing her for her, you know, not wanting to take the vaccine. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that word. Now we're going to get in trouble. Anyway.
Brett Rogers.
Brett Rogers. Oh, yeah, fuck. Okay. Yep. I know dude, 100%. Okay. But Gina Carano, we're going to go back to Mercedes and then move on with this. Gina Carano is fucking amazing. If you haven't seen Haywire, I highly recommend it.
She was good. What was it, like Fast and the Furious 6?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
She was really good in that.
Yeah, and then again, another spot that after she did it, Rhonda came in for the next one and was in the next one. And it's like, yeah, dude, Dana never gives Rhonda a shot if
Gina's not awesome.
Yeah, because Gina, dude, Strikeforce really kind of, like, built off of Gina, actually. They got a lot of fucking ratings off of Gina. And she kicked ass, too. She wasn't just good looking. She fucking destroyed people. Until she met Cyborg, and Cyborg killed her.
But after that, she went to Hollywood. So
yeah, and she's done great for herself. And shout out to Gina Carano.
Gina, we love you. We love you.
you.
Mercedes. All right. The World Championship match. Bryan Danielson against fucking Jack Perry. So you have the AEW simps that are like, this is the greatest thing of all time. Jack Perry, he got Punk out of here and resolved us of this cancer. Listen, Jack Perry is 5'2", 125 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Not
He's
a world
got big
champion.
hair.
Big hair. He's probably got a big poofy bush too. But he's not good. He is. I said like B plus at best, maybe a C plus, or B minus, C plus kind of guy. He's a fucking mid card guy. He's friends with the Bucks. That's why he's in the spot. He took the greatest knee of all time last night from Bryan Danielson. He sold it like The Rock selling the stunner. And otherwise, this match was okay. It wasn't awful. Jack,
come on, get to the best part.
Oh no, not yet. Jack was carried by Bryan. Bryan is great. And then the Bucks came in right in front of the referee and caused interference because they needed to be out on the show twice. But yeah, Jack is not a main event guy. He never will be. Bryan is. Bryan is doing his thing, winding down his career, and he gave the boy a shot.
Yeah.
And we had 27 minutes of that. Then.
Christian!
Oh, yes. I forgot about this even. So after the match, the BCC that's not Blackpool anymore came out to celebrate and turned on Bryan. That led to Christian coming out, and then Moxley put a bag over Danielson's head, and Wheeler Yuta stood there and cried.
Another fucking murder.
Another murder.
Yeah, we're just showing murder.
We had the burning of the house midweek.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had this, and then after this, we had my pussy, and then we had a fucking hypodermic needle in the mouth. With a gimmicked chair, unprotected to the head, but shock value.
I did see there was quite a thing on X with people just being like, "We are not doing unprotected shots to the head. Do not be okay with this. Do not do this. We are not going back to that bullshit."
AEW sent out a tweet that said, we will not show the Bryan Danielson attempted murder on X or anywhere. You fucking booked it. How does,
I mean, seriously, how do you put that on camera and then throw a fit about it later? But that's their interaction. That, you said it, man, it clicked when you said it. They're kind of like rage baiters at this point. They're just
looking.
Yeah. Yep.
So then we have the main event, the lights out steel cage match. The cage starts coming down and they start throwing weapons in the ring. You're in a cage, that's the gimmick, but then you're adding more gimmicks to that gimmick, and it's lights out, which it doesn't count for the win-loss record. It doesn't count for blah, blah, blah. They did the fucking white noise on a goddamn cinder block. Paige took that and immediately they zoom in on his back and he's got a scrape that big and blood just coming out of it. Then they did a power bomb on the fucking cinder block. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Why?
even I don't want to cover this match because it went long. It was good. It was good. They worked well together. But then in the end, you pull out a fucking needle and put it in a guy's mouth
Mm-hmm.
and hit him over the head with a chair.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fucking drug pandemic going on in this world. Epidemic. Not pandemic. A drug epidemic. You're putting the children watch wrestling. This is fucking garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right with that.
They're posting this. Nobody needs to see needles in wrestling.
It has nothing to do with wrestling. It achieves nothing.
How do you come back from this? Is their next match going to end with one of them cutting each other's arm off with that fucking chainsaw? Or maybe a shotgun. Just pull out a shotgun. They used a piece of the burned down house.
Oh, yeah, as a shiv.
As a spike, yes.
I saw that. It's inexcusable. And I hate feeling like an old woman clutching her pearls, but dude, this is you're kind of damaging a business. And I don't just again, not just speaking about a business, but the business, the whole business, because these gimmicks are not what it's meant to be. And they don't even serve any purpose to the match. The Shiv thing, if you wanted to go kind of creepy and have something like that actually I think you could pull off and have it be okay, but it's still kind of creepy because it's pointy object, but still I could see Bray Wyatt fucking pulling out a gimmick of something like that, but it would be in a promo, it would be in a promo, not in a match, I don't know.
Leave this to the people that do death matches. Your company is not going to grow from this. It is only going to be hurt. You have your sympathizers saying, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I want to see.
Good.
You need to get the reins on this fucking thing, pull it back. Simple fucking shit. Not any of this. Nobody is going. This didn't get you anybody. It turned more people away.
Mm-hmm. So, I agree.
And they don't have a media rights deal. So show a highlight clip to Warner Brothers Discovery of a fucking needle to the face and think you're going to get a contract in.
I was going to say, aren't they trying to claim that they have that they've already gotten renewed? And
Dave Meltzer is trying to claim that they already got renewed. Tony Khan, from his own chicken lips last night in the 10-minute media scrum, said they're 80% thinking they have a deal.
You know how much pressure that network is going to be under from people that actually do watch things like that, just to make sure that TV companies aren't spending their money to put shit like that on TV. People, there are groups out there of people that do that shit for a living. They're not getting renewed.
Yeah, this was a highlight reel of not getting a media rights deal.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. Fun show, top to bottom.
Yeah.
But I'm not tuning in. I don't need to see it. I've seen it. I'm past it.
Done with AEW.
Yeah, until whenever. What do we have coming up, Seth?
Well, I don't know. TikTok's cooking. Check out the TikTok.
Where can we find that TikTok?
Oh, fuck. Hold up. Well, TikTok. Madison Statcast. Search it.
Same as the way you found us here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, we've got the Las Vegas fucking the Sphere coming up, don't we? Isn't that this Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday you have Noche, UFC Noche. Canelo fights on Saturday in MGM, I believe it is, in Vegas at the same time.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't think Dana's too happy about that. We have week 3 of college football.
Mm-hmm.
We have our draft that we're going to discuss coming up.
Yeah. We're going to be working on that. getting all the rules set up and everything. So we'll be working on that probably the week after next, because this week is busy.
We have a lot of TikToks loaded up, correct?
Yeah, they'll be coming out every day, couple of
TikToks every day.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Social media, we have Facebook, which really don't get used. We have Twitter, we have TikTok, we have YouTube. Are we on Insta yet?
Yeah.
Instagram too. Check it all out.
Yeah, we're all over the fucking place. Pretty soon we'll start getting some of this shit organized. Right now we're just laying bricks.
Yeah, we're building a foundation of cinder blocks that we can get power bombed onto.
Well, hopefully not. That doesn't sound appealing to me, and I have no intention of having that happen.
We could do a cameo and book the superhuman guy and have him jump off like the Sears Tower into a barbed wire, piranha, thumbtack, cinder blocked, hypodermic needles. Oh wait, that's just AEW.
All right, bro.
Yeah, so check us out, but most of all, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching our shit.
Go Huskies.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Yep.